Exactly some 31 minutes after 6, you're still here on the AM show. This is what the newspapers are reporting today. I've got with me the Daily Graphic newspaper. Front page of the Graphic, probe into Ghana's poor show at Brazil 2014, proposals to be enforced. President assures Jamafa Commission. Comes with a picture of Justice Jamafa as he presented the report to President Mahama yesterday. Also, top civil servant on remand for defiling girl 14. Is this the same story somewhere in the Volta region, or this is new? Let me check it out for you. It's on page 16 in the Graphic, just a bit for you so you can get an understanding. It says that the Volta Regional Director of the Ministry of Fisheries, okay, so this is still the story, except that he was yesterday remanded in custody by the Holt Circuit Court for allegedly defiling a 14-year-old junior high school student. Although he pleaded not guilty to the charge, the court, after hearing the evidence of the victim in camera, remanded the accused to reappear on April 10, 2015. Before then, counsel for the accused, Mr. Emil Achu Agbakpa, had applied for bail, describing the facts of the prosecution as fabricated. I guess we'll get a lot more details when the court sits on this again on April 10, 2015. Also on the front page of the Daily Graphic, Nigeria's elections still too close to call, but results out today. We're all keeping our fingers crossed, and it feels like, you know, we took part in the elections. I am tense, you know, when I think about Nigeria right now. My fingers are crossed, and I know that a lot of Nigerians are also looking forward to this. Back page of the Daily Graphic quickly, and then we'll on what come in. We have no research on our shelves, says the CSIR. A story put together by Edmund Smith Asante in Accra says that the Director General of the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, Dr. Victor Ajiman, has spoken against the notion that many of the country's research finders are gathering dust on shelves. Well, it is the generally held belief that development efforts are being held back by the lack of appreciation for the work done by the country's research institutions. Dr. Ajiman said the lack of connection between research and development was due to the weaknesses of the private sector. Suspected armed robber burnt to death. That's another headline with a story on the back page of the Daily Graphic. You can check the details out.
Well, yesterday, towards the end of yesterday, it was all about the Justice Jamafa Commissioner presenting his report to the President. But getting prominence on the front page of the Daily Guide is the subject of big boys joining the MPP race. You have a picture there of the handsome Georgia Anda, one-time marketing as well, a marketing communication person and consultant around. He's a new big boy. But on page 3, you get to see that it's likely by 2017 we're going to see new crop of political leaders, so to speak. You have been speculated, I should say, on page 3, personalities like lawyer Egbert Fable, he's also a communications person, Kenneth J. Crunchy, and Gifty Auntie, Kojo Ponkroma, and you have lawyer Philip Addison. They've all been speculated for. Kojo Ponkroma, they say, Ofuasia Yirebi, and all on the ticket of the MPP. We also have for Clotte Collet, Philip Addison. Let me catch a Gifty Auntie. Gifty Auntie. Oh, wait. Gifty. Okay, Gifty.
I see what you want to know, the constituency,
yeah.
The possible constituency.
Yes.
Well,
okay.
Keep reading. When you find it, let us know.
All right. So those are the stories we have, and okay, we've been to Gifty Ejumakon constituency. We'll see how that goes for her. But on the front page also we have Bergro sex scandal suspect grabbed, and on the back page, Samir J. Blast Olele. I feel bad. Hearts coach confesses, and we have Duncan Hills Toure.
All right, I've got the Ghanaian Times newspaper, but before I go to the Times, let me go to page 32. It's in the Daily Graphic, and a lawyer is calling for National Sanitation Act. A human rights and public interest lawyer, Mr. Francis Xavier Soso, has called on the government to, as a matter of urgency and necessity, begin to process the process to enact a National Sanitation Act to back all legislation and efforts to improve sanitation in our country. Here's what is trending on the front page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Court remands Volta Regional Fisheries Director. Police beef up security at Chinto, and 2 armed robbers lynched in Kumasi. Also, President receives Jamapa Commission report and ongoing WASI examinations. 7 visually impaired given raw deal. Let me go to page 2021 for this story. It says that 7 visually impaired candidates of the Adidoma Senior High School in the Central Tong district of the Volta region reported at the examination center yesterday, fully poised to write their papers in the West Africa Senior Secondary Certificate examinations. But the confidence of these students were completely shattered when they were informed by the invigilators that their braille question papers have not been printed. That's a shocker, isn't it? This shouldn't be happening. Back page of the Times, Korea supports Accra roads with $1.5 million grants, and master crafts persons acquire modernized apprenticeship training skills. That will be it for the Ghanaian Times newspaper.
Front page of the Chronicle, AFDB in PR gimmicks on behalf of NDC government blows at Mahama's dinner. Roads in regional capitals to be upgraded. We are hearing of Ghana, Ivory Coast disputes begins. This is a late story. You should have reported as to what happened yesterday. Back page, Toure considering Ivory Coast retirement. Kotoko squad won out according to Duncan. New faces to be brought in and grant hopes to bounce back after Senegal defeat. Duncan,
let me do the finder.
Somebody should tell him that we want African Cup of Nations.
The finder, front page of the Finder newspaper. Dumso VRA fails again, didn't meet today's deadline to utilize all gas produced by Ghana Gas. Owes Ghana Gas over $40 million. That's plenty of money. Release our share of mineral royalties. Wassa chiefs are saying the Royal Bank supports Senior Correctional Center and no funds to rehabilitate roads, says a deputy minister. And 7,649 Ghanaians seek asylum in Europe. Roland would take the number to some 7,650 if it is granted him. You're trying to seek asylum, aren't you?
In Europe?
Yeah, in Europe.
I think I like America.
Right. Okay, so
but right now, if let's say Minya green card beer.
That's why I said that if they grant you
American green
then
card,
the number will shoot up to
even
6,
if they say no plane, ship, I will be on the ship. Ship is 3 months, so I'll be on it.
So a total
of
7,649 Ghanaians sought asylum in various countries around the world in 2 years. Ghana ranks high in the league of countries whose nationals are seeking asylum in 44 industrialized countries. Okay, so according to a latest report from the UN's Refugee Agency, 7,649 Ghanaians as against 6,529 Libyans sought asylum in the West over the last 2 years. So Ghanaians, you know, with our stable country and all the good things that we enjoy, are seeking asylum. The number is way more than Libya, where that country is very, very much unstable. But why are Ghanaians running away? Is the kitchen too hot for them? At least we're given that option. So if you feel the kitchen is too hot, get out. But I say let's stay in our country and let's develop it. Don't mind Roland, he's not going anywhere.
Well, I'm too old for that. I guess I'm getting to the age of 60. So my pension time is around the corner. This is the last paper we have, though. Economy Times, petroleum pricing deregulation starts soon. Bank of Ghana calls for tight monetary stance, and IMF corrected inaccuracies in government's economic data, we're told. Back page, Ghana's $100 million debt or $1 million debt to Nigeria gas, not the cause of insufficient gas supply. A story attributed to Deputy Finance Minister Mona Quarty. And if you get to see the back page, I'm sure my director will put it on now. Deputy Finance Minister, beautiful one on the back page. Okay, he's not going to put it on, so let me just show it to you. So this is it. And we also have Ghana sells less than half targeted amount of new city bond. and Ghana producer price inflation slows to 21.8% in February. Okay, so that's the stories as we have them on the front and back pages of the Economic Times, and that'll be, I'll put a closure to all the stories we have. And I have this one from Akoto, Kofi Akoto of Akoto Risk Management in Adabraka here in Accra. Says, Roland and Mamafi, good morning. Kindly identify your constituencies also so that we can start campaigning for you as MPs. 2016 is just next door. Abi, the big boy starts, so you people to
the
go
small
follow.
boys too can follow. No problem. I don't know. But if I stand as independent candidate in my constituency, I know if they will vote for me. It has to be on one ticket only.
If you stand independent, you won't get. But this is our constituency. This is our base. This is the platform. It is Joy News on Multi TV as always. You have an update?
Yeah, you know, just to say that, you know, our young siblings who are sitting for the exams, the Ashanti region has the highest number of young people sitting for the
candidates.
Exactly.
Wow,
they've got the highest. Let's see, the number is 62,472, comprising 31,701 males and 30,771 females. I've been following through with a number of, you know, boys and girls, and even though the girls are not more than the boys, the gap is not too much.
So
yeah,
especially when the last week and this week we were talking about affirmative action and things like that. That's a priority for us.
Wait, hang on. The Central Region with 28,312 candidates, comprising 14,530 males, and guess what? 13 females.
Yeah.
13. That's a lot. That's a very wide gap. I think we should find out why this is so in the Central Region.
14 and 13. That's what you read.
Unless it's 13,000.
No, that's 14 and 13 you read.
Yeah.
So that could be the other marginals.
Okay, yeah, sure. It's not so bad.
28,000. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So please, if you want to get interactive as always, please get onto our Facebook page. Joy News on TV is a page, and also a handle we have on Twitter at Joy News on TV. And if you get to tweet, please make sure that you get to have a lot more of your followers retweeting as well. It's important. Up next is sports.
Yeah, but you know it's not only Ghana writing the exam. Liberia, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, and the Gambia, they are all writing the exams as well. Last year, candidates from Liberia and Sierra Leone did not take part in the examination because of the Ebola disease. Wow. So we welcome you all back. We wish you the very best in the exam, even as you sit for another paper today. All
right. So next, we bring you Baba Tando's session with sports.
Like, we bring you Baba Tando. Yeah, stay with us for sports.